All right, so we've got a 2010 Harley Fat Bob. No, this is not my bike. It's actually my buddy's. He's getting ready to sell it. I just told him he needs to let me ride it before he sells it. Want to take it for a quick little test ride. See what I'm missing out on when it comes to Harley. The Fat Bob has kind of a classic look to it. The design is a lot simpler than some of their other models. It's got the duckbill rear fender. It's got these super chunky tires on it. Now this bike probably isn't going to be the ambassador of looks for Harley Davidson. This one's got a few scratches on it. But nonetheless, we'll take it for a ride, see what it's about. Alright, so I am honestly not a big Harley fan. In fact, I'm the opposite of a big Harley fan. I'm a good person. But I'm going to try and go into this as unbiased as possible. See what the bike's about. Let's start this thing. Alright, I gotta admit, I'm a little bit jealous of how this sounds. No matter what I do to my Victory, it's not going to sound like that. This thing vibrates a ton, but well, it actually smooths out once you get going. The brakes felt pretty solid back there too. So the 2010 Fat Bob started under Harley's Dyna series. Now it falls under their Softail category. This bike has got the 92 cubic inch motor, which translates to like 1500 and change, almost 1600 cc. I actually couldn't find what they claim for horsepower, but I want to say this bike makes about 92 foot-pounds of torque. So it's got a lot of low-end power. You can feel it, man. As soon as you give it a little bit of gas, this thing starts going. Suspension's not bad either. It's got a really solid suspension between that and these fat tires. Really soaks up the bumps on the road. Yeah, that's crazy. This bike rumbles a ton at idle, but literally the more you get going, the smoother it gets. That rumble really smooths out. Also really like how this bike feels. These bars, it almost reminds me of sitting on a naked bike, but it's got these kind of aggressive bars. These aren't quite mid-mounted controls. They're not terribly far forward either. But this bike has almost got like the perfect rider's triangle, if you know what that is. I really love how these pipes sound too. I'm a Victory guy, but these pipes sound really good on this bike. Yeah, the controls are really comfortable. I really like where the bars are. Really like where the foot controls are. Yeah, this bike gets up and goes, and it feels really smooth while you're riding it. Super comfortable. We'll get out to this road here and we'll get on it a little bit. See what she feels like. Oh yeah, she's got some power. Yeah, that low end torque is just awesome. And it pulls pretty well higher in the RPMs too. I don't know why Harley riders look so angry all the time, man. This bike's a ton of fun. How could you not be having fun on this? Yeah, it feels really, really smooth. Shifts super smooth too. Honestly, after riding this bike for a few minutes, this bike just feels super versatile. The way you sit on this bike feels super conducive to like ripping through canyons. And it's really, really comfortable. And you see a lot of these bikes, a lot of the Fat Bobs, they have the clip-on windshields, and they have the soft saddlebags. So you could definitely do some longer rides on these. And the controls, they're not quite mid-mounted, they're a little bit farther forward, so I mean, your legs aren't going to get sore on longer rides. You're still able to stretch your legs a little bit. And the suspension in those fat tires really soak up all the bumps. Like, you can hit all of those no problem. I don't want to give this bike back, dude. I might just ride this home. Yeah, my only complaint is just how much the bike rumbles and vibrates when you're stopped, when you're idling. But I guess that's just a Harley thing, but it really smooths out once you start going too. So smooth. As much as I talk crap on Harley, they do make some good bikes. It's more so the riders I don't care for. Except my boy Braden that owns this bike, he's dope. I'm not gonna lie, part of me wanted to find some things I wouldn't like about this bike. Part of me wanted to find stuff to pick apart, but there's really not much that I don't like about this bike. Yeah, my favorite thing though, aside from how the bike sounds, is just I love the posture that this bike puts you in. I love these handlebars. I love where the foot controls are. You know, it's not super laid back like other cruisers. It's a really comfortable seating position. You can really get after it on this bike. The seat is actually really comfortable as well. It's got an upgraded Lepera seat, but it's super wide. My ass feels perfectly comfortable right now. These mirrors are kind of weird. I don't know if that's a normal thing on this bike. I don't understand how this is any better than just the whole mirror. Love that suspension. You know, the Fat Bob isn't a super sought after model. It's not one of the most popular Harley bikes that's out there, but I would definitely recommend this bike to someone who thinks they're going to do a lot of different types of riding. If you want to be able to cruise around town, go on long trips, and rip through the canyon on the weekends, this bike just screams that it's super versatile. I love the seating position on this thing. Like I said, I wanted to not like this thing, and it's actually pretty cool. If any of you guys are interested in buying this and you live in Utah, let me know. I know the owner. The bike just sounds so good too. Nothing quite sounds like a Harley. Alright guys, back on the Victory now. Just rode that 2010 Harley Fat Bob. That was sketchy. Like I said, a super fun bike, man. I actually really like that bike. It's only the second Harley I've ever ridden. The first one was a Sportster. I don't even know if that really counts. But if you guys are new to the channel or new to seeing my videos, I'd love it if you gave me a like, gave me a subscribe. Your boy likes making motorcycle content, bike reviews, riding tip videos, just the tip, stuff like that. Anyway, until the next one guys, peace.